You're still here on Hot Edition on 3FM 92.7. And we have in the studio with us representatives. I'm sure, let me just remind you of what we are talking about. It has to do with what happened in Ofako in the central region over the weekend, where the police announced to us that it had arrested 3 persons at Ofako near Kaswa in the central region for the possession of a firearm without lawful authority. The suspect, Phyllis Naa Koryoo Okuno, who is apparently the NDC parliamentary candidate for the Awutu Senya constituency. Also, Mustafa Mohammed and Abdul Aziz Musa on board a Honda CRV saloon car. They were arrested around the EC office at Ofako. If you do remember, just a summary of what happened, we understand that there was a misunderstanding between the NDC and the governing party, and as a result of that, you might have heard as well or read that the son of Hawa Kumsin was stabbed, and that degenerated into a lot of conversations. We do have in the studio with us the NDC parliamentary candidate for Awutu Senya East, who, per the report, was one of those arrested in possession of a firearm without authority. Naa Koryoo Okuno. Good evening to you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We also do have Robert Amisa, who is lawyer for her, and I'm told as well one of the NDC members arrested during that incident. Am I right?
That's so.
Good evening to you, sir. Thank you also for joining us in the studio. Let me start with you now. We do understand that you were at the police station today. Just briefly tell us really what culminated into this and eventually your appearance at the police station today.
Okay, a very good evening to all your listeners and viewers. On Sunday, there was what we called a little misunderstanding at Ofanko J River, where our electoral office is. What happened was, when we got there in the morning, I think the previous day, that was on Saturday, there was agreement with the police and between the two parties, NDC and NPP, that no one comes there to queue or to sleep over at the registration center. So if you want to come and register, you need to be there early in the morning. Then Sunday morning, when we got there, they realized that the NPP people had come to sleep over at the registration center. So one of our executives asked, but this is not what we agreed with the police commander, the regional commander, the district commander, and the divisional commander. So lo and behold, about 30 hoodlums, land guards, thugs, pounced on the guy and started beating him. In fact, as we speak, the victim is in the hospital. He has head injury, and the unfortunate thing is he was arrested on Sunday when the incident happened. He's had this head injury, and we don't even know how intense the injury is, whether he's going to get internal bleeding or not. He has this spine pain as well and tummy pain. So let's go into your issue, which is why you're here. The report suggests that you were arrested by the police in possession of a firearm. Okay, I was not arrested by the police, and the firearm I have is legally registered and licensed.
So you're confirming that it's yours?
Yes, it is mine. I have every right to own a firearm legally, and when I say legally, because it is registered and it is licensed. And if it is licensed, it is legal because per the laws, we have to license our arms. And I didn't license it in any other jurisdiction than my own jurisdiction.
Any reason you took that to an election ground?
No, I'm a parliamentary candidate. And when you look at the history of Awutu Senya East constituency, and playing back 2020, 2019 into the 2020 elections, you all know, or you can all attest to the fact that I was attacked several times, about 4 times by Hawa Kumsin at gunpoint. And even on the day of election, 7th December 2020, I was attacked right after voting at my polling center.
So you went there with a loaded gun to protect yourself. That's what you're claiming.
I always carry a gun along because I'm the best person to protect myself. Since 2020, the police haven't made any arrests on those who attacked me. Since 2020, the police hasn't even investigated those who attacked me. And since 2020, the police hasn't given me any form of security until now.
So you're claiming that you went there with a loaded gun to protect yourself because your assumption is that the police would not have been there to protect you if there was anything that went wrong.
The nature of my job, I always carry a gun around to secure myself.
I will come to you, Mr. Misa, who is representing Madam Naa Koryoo. But briefly, can you tell us, ma'am, what the interaction that transpired at the police station today?
Okay, so we were there as early as 9:30. But when we got there, the police says that they want to deal with the victim, who is Usman, who's been assaulted on the head and at the back. So we went there to try to secure bail for him, because since he's been injured, he's been in handcuffs. He's been in and out of the hospital 2 cells. So last night, he was rushed to the police hospital. Is it 2 nights ago? He was rushed to the police hospital. I think he passed out in cells. So he was rushed to the police hospital. And then this morning, we had to come to the police headquarters because he was brought to the police headquarters so that we could see if we could grant him bail this morning.
Mr. Roberta Misa, you're representing Madam Koryoo. What exactly? You're suing the police, or what exactly?
Well, before I come to it, let me clarify this. When we talk about her having a firearm, it's not that she had it on her person. It was in her vehicle, and she didn't carry it to the registration or electoral ground.
But sir, you just heard her that
Yes.
she went there because she went with it because she wanted to protect herself with it.
I'm not contradicting her. What I'm saying is that they found the gun in her vehicle. It's not that she had it on her person. That needs to be clarified.
But what it means is that if something had gone wrong, she would have gone to the car to pick her gun to protect herself.
Why wouldn't she protect herself?
Well, I'm just telling you, in other words, what that means, carrying a loaded vehicle, a loaded gun with her.
I'm saying that rhetorically. She would have to carry a gun to protect herself, because we had a discussion with the police and they assured us that they were going to give her 24-hour protection. Just after one night, they withdrew that protection. We can't allow her to be in such a vulnerable state. She has survived 4. Who can tell if she's not going to survive the 5th one?
You don't think that she carrying the gun probably was also endangering other people's lives?
No. If that was the situation, the police would not have registered the gun for her.
So let me ask you why. I was asking earlier, you say you're representing her. Have you sued the police or anything of a sort? Why?
Well, from our last discussion that we had with the police at the national headquarters, they told us frankly that they are not inclined to give police inquiry bail, and they would want to place Osman before court tomorrow. We welcome that. We think he has not been treated fairly at all, because obviously he's the victim. He's, as we speak, from Sunday when they arrested him till now, he is still in bandage on the head. He has cigarette burns on his back. He has clear scars. And as it stands now, it's obvious that he was a victim. As it stands now, nobody has been arrested. He has made the names of those who attacked him available to the police.
Is he the one you're representing as well?
Yes, he's the one I'm representing. And yet, nobody has been arrested. On Sunday, when the Director General of Operations, in the person of Commissioner Suraj, showed up, he said that the ultimate objective of the police is to de-escalate the tension. In de-escalating the tension, this is the situation we have on our hands, where someone obviously has been wounded on the head, several marks on his skin to show that yes, he has been brutalized. and yet he's the one in custody.
So we are wrapping up our conversation. What is next for you, really, and your expectations?
We are looking forward to meeting the police in court tomorrow, and we'll take it from there.
We'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, lawyer Robert Emisa, as well as Awutu Senya East parliamentary candidate for the opposition NDC, Naa Koryoo. Thank you both for joining us in the studio. You're still here on Hot Edition. Coming up shortly is Business News. Don't go away.